Hi everyone. I'm going to start putting the point motors in today for the Great Central Station and Yard area. So I need 10 point motors for this. So there's one under the bridge there for that point. Then we have the points down here. So we've got the double slip and the single slip, and then the point there for the second bit of the loop, and then the point around there for the back onto the main line for the crossover. So the loop points, that one there and the one under the bridge, are going to be connected together because you'll only ever throw them together at the same time, so those 2 point motors will work off one switch. So for the point motors, I'm using the Peco PL-10es, and I've been putting the wiring looms on this morning. So we've got them all there. I've got some switches here. So these are single pole on off on switches. So the sprung center return ones, which will go on the control panel, which I've yet to build. I'm just putting the motors in right now. All the points have holes underneath ready drilled, so it should just be a case of poking up the pin from underneath the board. So I'm going to show you over here on these point motors. What I'm going to do is centralise the blades using some cardboard to hold them exactly in the centre, which will get that lug there. So if we can focus, that lug there will then be in the centre of the hole, and then we hold that pin in the centre under the board, push that up, and that's going to be then exactly central. And then I've got a couple of screws here to attach this base plate to the underside of the board, and that will be 1 point motor done. So I'm only doing, let's say, this area around here today, because that's going to keep me fairly busy anyway. And I have a CDU to wire in to the controller panels down here. So we'll take a 16 volt AC output from a controller panel into the back of the CDU, and then from the CDU we're going to come up to these point motors here. So I shall crack on, and we'll come back and have a look how we're getting on a bit later. Hi folks, well, here's the first point motor in place. You can just see the pin there sticking up, and as you can see, it moves nicely backwards and forwards, and the blades, most importantly, are tight against the rails there. So positioning point motors underneath baseboards, especially when you're upside down, is not the easiest thing in the world to do. So what I found quite useful is to put, using a roll of masking tape, curve the masking tape over on itself again and stick it to the bottom of the plastic cradle. Then when you're under the board, you can push this up against the bottom of the baseboard, and that holds it in place for you while you put the screws through. So that's really quite a useful little way of holding point motors in place. Just here are the cardboard shims that I was using. I'll just show you what I do under the point. Again, or you just use this one over here. So let's grab that into focus. There we go. So it's just a case of popping the cardboard in between the blades like that, and then using the additional ones to, it's pretty difficult to do with one hand, but let's see if I can get that from over here. So popping the cardboard in, we can then hold the blades in the middle, just like that. And so when you're under the board with your sticky mounting bracket, you can hold the pin in the middle with a bit more masking tape, pop it through the hole, and now everything is lined up in the middle. Secure it in place, take the card out, unclip the pin, and you should be done. Like that. It sounds easy, but I think I dropped about 4 or 5 screws onto my head underneath there, so a good supply of screws next to you is always a good idea. And if you're using an electric screwdriver, a drill is way too big. What you really want is one of these, a little lightweight handheld electric screwdriver, because using a drill, it's far too bulky, and you can just easily pop screws off all over the place. So switching it to the little handheld thing and using this masking tape, so it's quite a lot of fiddling around. So I'm just going to crack on and do the rest. Bye for now.